Hello, do you recognise this plant? Can you tell what it is? If you're growing these at home, if you're growing these in your garden, you may have some poisonous berries in your garden that you didn't know about. This is a potato plant. Can you see those berries? I'll point them out for you. There they are. Can you see them? Those are potato berries. When a potato produces flowers, if those flowers are pollinated, they can then produce a berry. And in that berry, there are potato seeds. And if you were looking to grow on a new variety of potato, then that's where it would start, in a potato berry, sometimes called potato apples, sometimes called true potato seeds. The problem with these guys is they're toxic, they're poisonous. It's a small green berry that looks very much like a small green tomato or cherry tomato. That's not unusual because a potato plant is a relation of a tomato plant. And if you have young children visit your garden, or if you have dogs, I have a dog, Molly, and they see these, they might fancy a taste. They might think, I'm going to try one of those. Now my guess is because they are toxic, they probably taste very bitter. And having bitten into one of these, you would probably spit it out and you'd probably be okay. I couldn't imagine anybody eating these. But you don't know that, do you? And you need to be on the safe side. Because if you eat these particular berries and you eat them in quantity, they can cause headache, diarrhea, cramps, and in very rare and severe cases, coma and death. Now, growing potatoes from potato sets is uncomplicated, and that's why we do it. Growing potatoes from these potato berries is complicated, and that's why we don't do it. And if we did do it, it's a long process and you're not too sure what you're going to get at the end of it. But if you grow from potato sets, then you are sure what you're going to get at the end of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove these berries and I'm going to put them in the bin. I have no use for them, and all they'll actually do is take the energy from the potato plant, when personally I want that energy to go into the tubers. I want the tubers to get big, not the berries. Okay, we need all the focus on the tubers. So I'm going to take these off and put them in the bin, and then I'm going to go around the garden and look at what potatoes I still have growing, and if they've got these berries on, I'm going to take them off and put them in the bin. Now, not all potatoes produce flowers. Some do, some don't. Some years are different to others, and some of those flowers are pollinated and produce these berries, and some don't. And not all potatoes are the same in that respect. So it would be worthwhile now, having watched this video, at the first opportunity for you to go into your garden, particularly if you have small children or pets, as I've mentioned earlier. If there are any of these berries on your potato plants, take them off and bin them. We don't want to leave any of these berries on our potato plants where small ants can pick them and perhaps eat them. They are toxic, they are poisonous. We're not going to need them for anything. It's the potatoes on the bottom of the plant that we're after, not potato berries on the top of the plant. So these guys can be removed and binned as soon as possible. Okay, so that's just a little bit of safety information for you for your garden. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.